Hey everybody, so today is Dating Story Share round 2. If you didn't see my first video, you can click on my picture somewhere around there and you can watch that video, but for the sake of time, I'll just recap. The last date I went on was with a gentleman who talked about orgies and his ex-wife the entire date. Two things you probably shouldn't talk about on any date, let alone the first one. So clearly I was a little off-put and kind of didn't want to date after that. So I took a break because dating is just soul-crushing. And that was kind of like, it was too much. I couldn't handle anymore. So I tapped out for a while, but don't worry, I have new stories for you. And I just believe that sharing is caring, and if my pain and terrible experiences can bring you just a little laughter and joy, why not share them, right? Winning party of me. So, like I said, I kind of quit dating for a while. I actually, don't judge me, changed jobs and ended up dating one of my old customers. And he was so nice. Oh my gosh, he was so nice. But there just wasn't that spark, and you know, there's not a spark, you can't force it. You can't force it to happen. But he was so nice, and I felt really bad. But I kind of just ran away. Sorry. But the next guy I dated, get ready for some class, was a guy I met at a bar. Yeah, I know. Only good things can happen from that. So, my shady ladies, my girlfriends and I, we were out dancing, doing a little karaoke, having a girls' night, and we have a cat vest. It is literally a vest covered in cat pictures, and sometimes we force strangers to put it on and take pictures of them. I don't know. You don't know my life. Don't judge me. And the fun thing is that they do it. And so, this particular night, we were out dancing, and found lots of strangers who wanted to wear the cat vest, and one of them was a very handsome bearded fellow, and he and I kind of hit it off. He was really funny, and he was hitting on me, which never happens. You have to understand, like, I never get hit on when I go out. It just, like, it doesn't happen. So it was really exciting, like, a cute bearded dude hitting on me. Okay. So he ended up asking for my number. He was so funny, and we started texting. And then he asked me out on a date, so I was like, sweet. And he didn't have a car, which is not uncommon for Portlandiers because lots of them don't have cars. So wasn't that, like, weirded out until I found out why he doesn't have a car and doesn't drive. Red flag number 50. But anywho, so he asks if I could pick him up at his work. And I'm like, okay, you know, whatever. Go to his work, pick him up. The first words out of his mouth are, so I'm broke, I don't have any money to take you out. Excuse me? You asked me out on a date and you don't have money to take me out. And at that point I was starving because I hadn't eaten because I knew we were going out. Tell a girl. I was about to get hangry up in that biz. So I'm like, okay, well then, like, thinking, I didn't say this to him. I'm thinking, why the heck did you ask me out? Dumb. And he's like, well, we can just go back to my place and watch movies. And I'm thinking, yeah, so I can be the next inspired by a true story on Law & Order? I don't think so. So I'm not saying this is a good decision. In fact, I'm saying it is a terrible decision, but I did it. So I went to his house, but first, again, don't do those terrible decisions. I texted my sister a picture of him in the cat vest, his name, his number, where he worked, his address. I was like, if I go missing, this is who done it, and I'll text you when I get there, or text you when I leave. So obviously everything was fine, but don't do that. Ever. Such an idiot. Anywho, so I think we watched Harry Potter. I don't even know. But we sat on separate couches, and the place was disgusting. It was literally the most disgusting apartment I've ever been in. I didn't even want to set anything down. I didn't want to sit on anything. So I was like, ugh. Like, dude bros, clean your house before you invite a girl over. Like, disgusting. 3 guys living in a 1-bedroom. Just imagine the funk. Gosh, I make such terrible decisions. Such terrible decisions. So anyway, and he was really nice, and we did have good banter, so I ended up going out with him several more times, and he did make it up to me. He did take me to dinner and a movie. He cleaned his apartment, which I think to this day is still the nicest, sweetest, most wonderful thing anybody's ever done for me, clean their apartment. Clorox bleach are my love language. Clorox bleaches? Clorox bleach wipes are my love language. Yeah, the struggle is real. Sorry. Anywho. So it kind of fizzled because he lived in Portland and I don't live in Portland. And, you know, it just, yeah, it didn't happen. Oh, and he fell asleep every time we hung out. Not even joking. Every single time, from the first time to the last time we hung out, he would fall asleep on me. So I'm like, I could watch a movie by myself at home where I'm not driving out of my way to come hang out with you. Or I guess I could sit here uncomfortably on this couch thing while you nap. That's cool too. Stupid. So stupid. So that fizzled out. He was a nice guy, really nice guy, but just, we were in very different places in life. So there's that. Then the next one I met online, I went back online, terrible, and this guy was so funny, which you have to understand, humor, it just, I love it. So this guy was really funny. We were sharing like dating horror stories from like online dating experiences, and he asked me out. I'm like, sweet, awesome. We go on a date and I'm thinking it's going to be a drink and then we're probably both going to be like, yeah, we're just friends, bye. And like be done with it. The date turns out to be 4 hours long. We're laughing the entire time. He's super funny. Drinks turns into dinner. There's a first date happening sitting next to us. I think they met on Tinder or something. And so the 4 of us are like bonding over, you know, internet dating and first dates. And I mean, had a blast. Like my stomach hurt from laughing so hard, and I was making him laugh, which is always a good sign because I think I'm funny, but unless someone across the table from me is actually laughing, you kind of like, am I funny? I don't know. I was hilarious. And I looked cute, by the way. Which, can I just say, not once on any of these dates did I ever get told that I looked good. Not one. Not one single date I have been on have they said, you look really lovely. I don't show up in Crocs and socks and sweatpants. Like, I do my job. My hair did, my makeup did, I'm wearing a cute outfit. Usually I do a dress because it's like, you know. But not one single guy complimented me. Compliments are free, people, and they get you things. Not like, I'm a good girl. They might get you a kiss, but like, come on now, really? So annoying. Anywho, that's besides the point. So we have a really great time. We're leaving the bar. He paid, and I said, thank you so much. I had a great time. Thank you for paying for dinner. I had a blast. Like, this was really fun. He's like, me too. What are you doing next Wednesday? I'm like, hanging out with you? He's like, yeah, I'll text you tomorrow. Okay, cool. So I think I texted him that night when I got home, just like, hey, thanks again for tonight. It was really awesome. You know, looking forward to talking to you tomorrow or whatever. So I don't hear from him. So that was a Friday night. I don't hear from him Saturday. Sunday, I think I sent like a funny text regarding, you know, a conversation that we had. Then, and he never responded. Then Monday, I get a text message from him of a picture of bacon, which is something that we bonded over because bacon brings people together. Or not, but I just love bacon. So he sends me a picture of bacon, and I said, are you trying to woo me with bacon? And he said, is it working? And I said, maybe. And then he never talked to me again. Like, totally ditched out on our date. Like, nothing. I think even the night before I was like, so we on for tomorrow? And at that point I figured, like, obviously it's not going to happen, but I just wanted to, like, make sure. Nothing. He totally dished out. I'm thinking, dude, you asked me on the second date, not the other way around. I was not, like, begging and pleading to date you. You asked me on a second date and then you ditch me? As if. That one I was just angry about, like, come on now. Come on now. Be an adult. Or don't. That's cool too. Then the next guy I dated, we had been talking for several months, and then he finally asked me out. And I will say he took me on maybe the best first date ever. We went to a jazz club, which I love jazz music. You have to understand, like, I love jazz music. Jazz club, and then took me to Powell's Books, which I'd never been to. That, like, the main Powell's Books in Portland. I'd never been to that one. I'd been to, like, the little tiny one, which is tiny. It's still ginormous. And we walked around and talked and looked at books and, like, a jazz club and books. Like, books are my love. Like, can you just see? You can't see because there's not enough light. But this is just covered in books. And then I have 2 more bookcases covered in books. Another mini one, and I think I have more in my, like, I love books. Love them. I love reading. Total nerd. So he takes me to a bookstore. So romantical. Hello. And then walks in my car. He paid for the whole night, which I am always pleasantly surprised when a guy pays for a date because it doesn't always happen. Which I'm cool with the Dutch thing, but, like, come on now. Chivalry should not be dead. But I feel like chivalry has gotten, like, a significant junk punch or, like, gut punch because guys are, like, not really chivalrous anymore. It's super upsetting. They don't compliment you and they aren't chivalrous. What is this world coming to? Just date myself. Anywho, so he walks in my car, we hug it out, and again, like, thank you for a good night, I had a great time. We should do this again sometime. Oh my gosh, we totally should. So then he asked me out on a second date. Awesome. So excited. So our second date, he takes me to one of my favorite restaurants in Portland, the County Cork, which is this really cool Irish pub. If you've never been, go. It's delicious food. They have, like, live Irish music, amazing soda bread, amazing shepherd's pie. I'm just saying. So we go there. Again, really sweet and thoughtful. My favorite place there. And then he wants to go karaoke. Awesome. I think, yeah. So we went and did karaoke. And then again, he walked to my car. Super nice. We hug it out. And then the next day we're texting and I was like, so, this would be so much more fun if, like, you were here. He was like, well, where are you? I get off in 20 minutes. I'm like, I'll come meet you. So we go to his favorite coffee bar, which is like a cool, I don't remember what it was called, but it was a cool place, cool coffee bar. We literally sat at a coffee bar, having conversation, and then reading our own books. I know. So cute. To maybe me and me alone. I don't know if anyone else would like that date, but I loved it. I was like, oh my gosh, I get to read next to a very cute bearded boy. Beards and humor. It's my downfall. To a very handsome bearded boy who likes to read and likes coffee. Like, we're having a really good time and we're sitting reading and chit-chatting, and then we got Cold Stones and had, like, you know, good conversations. Nothing weird or crazy. And then we sat in my car and watched YouTube videos because that's awesome. Took him home. He also didn't have a car. For the same reason as the other guy didn't have a car. Which I won't say why, but I'm sure you can guess. Anywho, and then he gives me a hug, and then that's it. Didn't hear from him. Like, we went from, like, everyday texting or sending Snapchats to nothing. I was like, well, that's weird. I don't think anything weird happened. Did I do something? Like, you know, you start asking yourself, okay, what did I do? Did I say anything weird? And I'm thinking, no, it was fine. okay. And then I think I texted him because I was going to be in town. He was busy. And then I never heard from him again. But he still wants to be friends on Facebook and Instagram, so I mean, high five. I just think that's weird. Why you want to be friends with somebody that you dated, but apparently you don't want to date with no explanation. That's the thing that gets me. Like, just tell me, like, hey, we live too far away, or hey, I'm just not interested, I just think you and I would be good friends. Don't just not talk to me. Not nice. He might even be watching this video. Whoopsie-daisy. Sorry, I'm not sorry. Not nice. Go to the corner and think about what you've done. Anyway. So then I took a break again, because that one I was bummed about. I was wicked bummed. Because I really liked him. He was really nice. He loved Jesus. I'm not saying we would have been like a perfect match by any means, or that like, yeah, we're probably better off friends, but I was really excited about that one. Total letdown. Oh well. Moving on. So then the next one hasn't happened. I haven't gone on any official dates. But don't worry, I got a stage 5 clinger on the interwebs. I'm so good at life, you guys. So this guy loves Jesus, so I changed my profile. I had it and it was really like funny and witty, but I was noticing I was getting a lot of dude bros. Like I was getting a very specific type. So I just decided to change it and make it a little bit more serious. Still funny because it's me. And I started noticing I was getting more quality guys, like guys that actually like love Jesus, because that's what I want in a partner. It's like super important to me. And more, yeah, just quality guys who are actually like serious about dating, having like good conversations and not just like, you know, dude bro-y conversations. None of these pictures had dope. Oh my gosh, I am struggling so hard with speaking today. My deepest apologies. None of them had bro tanks or bathroom selfies, so that's how I feel like I've upgraded. So I changed my profile and like I said, more quality guys. Still crazies, but maybe less upfront with the crazies. So this guy loves Jesus. He messages me, hey, I really liked your profile. I thought you were really funny and you love Jesus and that's super awesome and that's cool. You have faith. I'm like, yeah, no, cool. And he wasn't a guy I was like super attracted to, but you know, you never know. Sometimes that I might not necessarily be attracted to someone right off the bat, but as you get to know them, you're like, hi, date me. I figure, why not? So we're having conversations, you know, getting to know each other, questions and things, and, you know, sharing some life experiences. And he wanted to be a missionary, or wants to be a missionary, and I'm like, oh, cool, like, I would love to be a missionary as well, like, you know, travel the world for Jesus, hey. And so we bonded over that, and I'm pretty sure that's when he began planning our wedding, because it pretty much went downhill from there. So we're just asking funny questions, favorite color, you know, books, movies, whatever, nothing life-changing at this point. And so it was my turn to ask a question. I think I asked cats or dogs. And he's like, cats, I have 5 of them. And I was like, yeah, how about you? He said, how about you? And my response was, neither. I don't like animals. I don't hate them. I don't wish them ill will. I don't want people kicking puppies. It's terrible. I just don't want to own them. And I don't like things touching me without my permission. And cats and dogs do that. They put their nose all up where it shouldn't be, and they lick their butts, and then they lick your face. It's disgusting. Who wants that? Who wants that? They shed everywhere. Like I said, I love animals in pictures and on television. I just don't necessarily want to clean up after one's poo. Just me. So that's basically what I said. I tried to be funny about it, and he was like, no, but really, what? You don't like cats? And I was like, no. He's like, well, I have 5 of them. I've had them since birth, you know, and I've raised them, and they're really important to me. And I'm like, that's totally awesome. Like, high five, bro. You are allowed to like cats, but I don't like them, and that opinion isn't going to change anytime soon. I'm not going to like all of a sudden go from 0 cats to 5. No. I was like, totally understand if it's a deal breaker. I get it. No worries. Like, we're not invested in this thing. Like, we're just getting to know each other. And this is like my favorite. He's like, I don't understand. Like, I really can't wrap my mind around this. Like, why you wouldn't like something so innocent. I'm like, are we really taking it to this place? Like, we're taking it to this place. Okay. He's like, so what's... I'm jumbling some of the conversation, but essentially at one point he was like, I'm just really confused. Like, we need to pray about this. And I'm like, you want me to pray about liking your cats? I haven't even met you, dude. Like, not happening. I'm not gonna pray about liking cats. And nobody who are these people and how do I find them? Or how do they find me? I didn't even message that one first. He messaged me first. Guys, it's my real life. So, in the course of the conversation, yeah, he asked me to pray about liking cats. That wasn't going to happen. And then he came back with, I'm just really confused because, like, we both want to be missionaries and we're both going to the same place in life and you don't like cats. I'm like, just because we both want to be missionaries does not mean that we have the same calling in life. It just, I'm not even going to try and explain that, but like, whatever. So then what happened? Oh, was like cherry on top of the freaking wreck that was this cake. So he comes back with, what was it? Yeah, it's about cats being innocent, and you say that you don't like this. Just listen. You say you don't like things touching you without your permission, yet your profile says you want to be a parent. Kids touch you without their permission. So what's really going on here? And I was like, did you just compare cats to children? My kid's not going to be licking its butthole and then licking my face. I don't, like, a child is an adult. Is like you're raising it to become a functioning adult, to like be a blessing to society. Not that, like, people who call their animals their children, like, high five, you do you, boo, like, that's cool. But I don't feel like you can really make that comparison. Like, really? And I just was so annoyed and irritated and really off-put by this whole conversation and exchange that I just like wanted to end it. I was like, well, I'm super offended by what you just said. There's no like other reason. I just simply don't like animals, and I don't think you can really compare cats to children. But I'm done with this conversation. You know, thank you. Have a good day. Happy fishing. Peace out. And then he was like, God bless. And I wanted to punch him through the freaking computer. And then I blocked him because I didn't want to deal with his crazy. I'm still in shock over that one. Really? And then I have one more story. I'm sorry guys, it's a long video. So the last story, this one actually happened a long time ago. I didn't put it on my other video, but another stage 5 clinger. It is my lot in life. So this guy, we never met. We chatted back and forth and had made plans for a date, and then I ended up getting really sick with like just one of those colds that was going around that was just like laying you out. And so I had to cancel on him and basically spent the next day just like hopped up on Tylenol PM and watching Disney movies and sleeping. Like, that's all I did. And he was texting me and like, hey, let me come over and take care of you and bring you soup. And I just kept saying like, that's really sweet, that's super thoughtful, but I'm literally just sleeping and watching movies. Like, it wouldn't be fun. you know, like, thanks, but no thanks. And the whole time I'm thinking, I'm not going to invite a stranger to my house. But he just kept pushing it, kept bringing it up. I was like, you know, I'm a single girl. I don't know you. Blame NCIS, blame Law and Order, but like the idea of inviting somebody I don't know over to my house is scary and not the smartest idea. So, like, thank you so much. I think it's super sweet that you want to take care of me, but it's not gonna happen. And he was like, yeah, well, whose fault is that we didn't meet? And I'm thinking, I'm literally like curled up in the fetal position in pajamas on my couch. Really? Really? So then I just like quit talking to him. And he went away. Don't worry, he came back. So then he comes back and he apologizes and like this sob story of like, I'm turning however old and I'm not where I want to be. All that stuff. So I'm like, okay, well, clean slate. You know, I get it. Don't be creepy is what I'm thinking. So then we start talking and he says something about tickling me, and I do not like tickling. I think it is emotional terrorism and it's mean, and I don't like it because I have like flashbacks to my brother pinning me down and tickling me. I don't think tickle bites. I don't think that's cute. I think it's mean. Don't do it. So he's like, but I like to tickle. It's like how I show affection. I'm like, well, you're going to need to learn to show it another way because you're not tickling me. I'm literally like, can anybody else understand? Like, this is a conversation I'm having with somebody about tickling over text message. Somebody's arguing with me about tickling. I wish I was good enough at life to make this stuff up, but it is real. It's so real. So we're literally having this like fight about tickling. I'm like, okay, well, I feel like we're grown adults, and if I don't like tickling and you like tickling, then we're gonna have to figure something out. Because if you try and tickle me, I will literally just beat you. I will swing and kick and punch and say dirty, mean names. I don't know what I'm capable of if you try that on me. And yeah. So then he quit talking to me. Winning! So yeah, so that has been my dating experiences. They've all been tragedies. The one that actually, like, they were 3 really good dates, and then just, like, kapesh, done. Oh, well, at least I got 3 good dates out of the deal, right? Winning. But yeah, all the rest of them have been terrible. Like, most of them are nice guys, but just some have been loony. So yeah, I haven't gone on any dates recently because I'm terrified. 5-cat guy really scared me. I'm legitimately scared for my life. I don't want to go on any more dates because I don't want to have 5 cats. Dating is so depressing. But I have to laugh at it because I think it's pretty entertaining. At the very least, I have really good stories. So there's that. But yeah, that's all I got. So hopefully that was entertaining. And if you know of any really awesome, tall, hot guys that love Jesus, let me know. The struggle is super real. But yeah, so if I go on any more dates, don't worry. I will keep you posted, and there will be a dating story share 3. I'm hoping I don't have to. I'm really hoping that, like, you can get this together. We got this. So, there you go. Enjoy. Have a great evening. And single ladies, keep the faith. Keep the faith.